gentle hand stole my life in a timeless dance, in the realm of love where time's a glance. Oh, how can it be that she slipped in suddenly through my fingers like grains of sand, falling from grace? Where did we stand? Tell me why are we worlds apart? Is it my misfit heart or fear of the dark? Every full moon, think of me in the night's embrace where we used to be. A heart's worth breaking, it's a dangerous play. Some heal stronger, some just fray. Yet here I stand with gashes wide, under midnight showers where my secrets hide. Could someone change her path as I could not? Caught her back from the void, a second shot. Memories etched in the soul, they never fade. In the echo of her steps, I'm still swayed. Tell me why are we worlds apart? Is it my misfit heart or fear of the dark? Every full moon, think of me in the night's embrace where we used to be. Dress on a Thursday night, fight for love with all your might. Forget it all in a flash if you dare, or hold on tight if you still care. No ending in sight, just stories untold in the heart of the night, in the brave and the bold. Think of me when the skies are stark, our memories, our eternal spark. Tell me why are we worlds apart? Is it my misfit heart or fear of the dark? Every full moon, think of me in the night's embrace where we used to be. Where we used to be. Wear your Sunday dress on a Thursday night, fight for love with all your might. Forget it all in a flash if you dare, or hold on tight if you still care. Wear your Sunday dress on a Thursday night, fight for love with all your might. Forget it all in a flash if you dare, or hold on tight if you dare still care.
Okay, everyone. Hope everyone is having a lovely day. I don't know. Okay, here we go. Closed caption is working. We should be good. Let me get my mic set on here. Everything should be wonderful. It's a lovely day. Lovely day. It's a lovely day in this neighborhood. Since we're together, we might as well say, won't you be mine? Won't you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Okay, got that set up. Everything looks good. I am just making sure that I am streaming everywhere that I should be streaming. And it looks like I am, so we should be good to go. So let me get my gloves on, and let's head on out to get everything accomplished. I should be able to hear you guys. I'm not sure if you guys can hear TTS. If you guys can hear TTS, I am absolutely sorry. But if you can't, perfect. So I'm just getting my gloves on. I am in the house, so I will be walking out there in just a second. So Lisa is gone, so it is me doing all of the chores. So you guys get a full day of Let's Feed the Chickens today. However long that takes. It's actually been a long time since I've done a full Let's Feed the Chickens stream. So I have no idea how long it's going to take. What's up, Dad?
Hey, Dad.
So, oh, we need to look at temperature. We want to look at temperature. Current temperature is, it is 52 degrees or 12. See, that's been that temperature a lot of times. I guess that's just a popular temperature here. Let's peek up, let's look at the clouds, because I know some of you are cloud watchers. So we got big, fluffy gray and white clouds. They're actually zipping past because it is windy, absolutely windy, like crazy out today. The cell towers, of course, are visible. All the gazillion cell towers that I live under, getting fried by radiation. So it's windy. What do we do on days like this when it's windy? What do we do on days like this when it's windy and crazy? Well, we have to do additional planning. We have to figure out how things are going to be and figure out how we can make things so that our ducks and chickens and guineas don't blow away. So let's go and start today. We're going to start today down here at the water. So I think we filled up the water last night, which I'm pretty sure we filled up the water last night. I don't really remember. Yesterday was a blur. We had a lot of stuff happen yesterday. So okay. I don't know why when I hit that button, it turned it off for a minute, but I should be back. We should be back. It's Backstreet says Backstreet's back. All right, then. Okay, we got water. Well, that's empty because it's got a hole in it. So let's get our water set up. Let's prep our water for what we are doing today. It's just feeding, talking about weather, talking about doing your farm chores. Why I actually think it's a good idea that everybody should have some chores. As much as I'm somebody who absolutely despises routine, and some of you guys know that I absolutely despise routine. It's one of my least favorite things in the world. I don't like order. I prefer a smidget of chaos over order. I just feel better when things are more chaotic, when I can kind of do things on a whim. It's why keeping structure is hard. It's why I didn't really enjoy working in corporate America, because there was structure. There was times, like, trying to be at work at a particular point. One thing I did do well throughout most of my life, as when I used to work back in when I had to do that, I did do a good job of training most of my employers to know that I was going to be about 10 minutes late. And I was usually about 10 minutes late. I'm usually about a 10 minutes late person. The one thing I thought was interesting is they also did learn that if they needed me to be someplace on time, they would just tell me to be there someplace like 15 or 20 minutes early. And I usually made it on time by that. So, but it was funny. That regularly happened. What does that have to do with wind? It has nothing to do with wind. It has nothing to do with the crazy weather that we're experiencing. It just is a story, because stories are fun. So we're going to go grab a couple. We're going to get both of... Kiwi wants to say hi. Right, Kiwi? Hi, Kiwi. Kiwi. ADD wins again. ADD wins again. Look at that sky, guys. Sometimes I am just enthralled by just looking at the sky. I think it's so interesting to see the way clouds movement, and just to realize that those are things that hold pockets of water, and just really break it down how interesting it is. How almost magical it can be to have weather and fun things of that sort. So where were we at? We were talking about something. I don't remember, guys. I don't remember what we were talking about. It probably wasn't important, because usually it isn't. So Oh, look, guys. I was just talking with my friends earlier about budding, and we have our rose bushes. The multiflora rose is budding right there. So very interesting. Okay, so back to the whole purpose of the show. So we're talking about what we need to do to prep for weather. So because the weather, because being on a farm and because you have to be out in the weather, you have to plan around a lot of stuff. Your animals are reliant on the weather. Your animals are reliant on you protecting them from the weather. You have to pay attention to like when storms are coming, when lots of rain is coming, when it's going to be too hot, when it's going to be too cold. You actually get really good at being your own local meteorologist. So to the point where you can, like, I can tell you, I can be outside. Like right now, I'm not really smelling any rain in the air. So I don't think we're going to get rain anytime soon. But there is a nip in the air that the weather is doing a drastic change. I'm guessing that the barometric pressure is a little different right now. I don't have a headache, so the barometric pressure hasn't done a major swap than it was earlier. But it's one of those things you have to definitely pay attention to, and you have to be aware of, because as a steward of all of your animals, because, you know, if you are taking care of animals and you have chickens and ducks and even rabbits and cats and dogs, you are still their steward. They still look to you. They still look to you to make sure that they are as happy, healthy, and thriving in the world that you are creating for them. So that means that there's a lot of extra responsibilities that you have to pay attention to the weather. So if you're in the city, and, you know, you're just normally doing your 9-to-5 job, you might flip on the TV and you might bring an extra umbrella or something like that. And you're just like, yeah, cool, whatever. I'll, you know, go with the flow. I'll dance around with whatever the weather does. But as a farmer who has animals, rancher who has animals, however you want to refer to it, you have to really think, like we've had it to the point where the wind's been so bad that it's actually knocked over cages, or the wind's been so bad that we've had to rearrange where things are going to be so that trees or bushes or things don't fall on them, or pay attention to the way the rain is coming in, so that if they are in a cage, one of their enclosures, they are protected from the crazy weather so they don't just get drenched. Because, you know, if they were in the wild, they would, you know, seek out shelter. So if you don't have their enclosure set up so that they can seek out shelter, you are, you know, making it harder for them. You are protecting them. So there's a lot of those things. One of the things that I usually tell people is, before you set up a big permanent chicken coop or a barn or something like that, know which way the weather, know which way the seasons are going to come in. And to the best of your ability, try to tailor towards what makes it so you have the least weather, the least things affecting you. So we're gonna go outside. We're gonna give the ducks outside some corn first, because that's the first thing, is because most of the guys are outside. So we're going to focus on them first. Come on, guys, let's go. Oh, guineas. Guineas are in the mating season time. I can tell because of how they're fighting. Also, when I walk out there, I don't remember if that's too far. It might be far enough that you guys actually might lose my signal, so I will try not to talk when I'm out that way. So I guess the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go cage by cage. We're going to make sure everybody's good, since it's actually been a little while since I was the sole person to feed everyone. I think there was one day about a month or so ago when Lisa had a really bad headache and she couldn't move up. She couldn't get out of bed. So all the chores fell to me. But most of the time, Lisa being the one that's in charge of the animal husbandry, she's the one that does most of the feeding. And I do a lot of the planning and the teaching and all of the other things. Oh, I didn't realize we were this low on mucho dinero food. I will have to get food later. I'm going to add this tad bit right now is that we planned very bad for Lisa being gone for the next 2 weeks because I do not have 2 weeks worth of food. It's no big deal. I'll be able to go into town and get food. I'll borrow my parents' car or I'll ride with a buddy into town. But being that we only have one car at the moment, not making sure that was silly planning. We usually don't plan that silly, but there was so much on our plates. That's another thing you do a lot, especially with crazy weather. You do a lot of planning. You guys heard earlier that I'm not a big fan of planning. I'm not a big fan of a lot of that stuff. I kind of prefer chaos because chaos is fun. But with animals, you don't want to have as much chaos. They give you enough Animals give you enough chaos all purely on their own that, purposely adding more to their life is silly. So I try not to add more chaos to their life. So that's why I want to make sure I have enough food for them always and forever. Oh, so some of you are wondering, Doc, what happened yesterday? I know some of you started watching the episode and then everything cut out. Well, first off, I lost cell signal. You guys saw that I live under all those cell towers, but for some reason, my phone said nope. Computer says no. No idea why. Just could not. I lost cell signal for roughly an hour, and I'm just outside of good Wi-Fi. I haven't set a relay in the barn yet to make Wi-Fi work appropriately, so I'm just outside of the Wi-Fi area. So that's so because of that, can I put you guys here? I think I can. So yeah, it's just outside of the Wi-Fi area, so I just can't use it. I just can't use the Wi-Fi effectively. So that is what was happening. I know yesterday we were going to talk about pies, and we can talk a little bit about pies today. What I was mostly going to talk about yesterday when it comes to pies is why having a skill of something you make, it can be making a food, it can be making alcohol, it can be growing medicine, it can be growing tobacco, it can be anything that you are skilled in doing. Having a skill that is a tradable skill, if shit does ever hit the fan, or if you run low on money and you just need a skill to fall back on, it is always nice having something that you enjoy doing, that you're good at doing, that you can fall back on. Lisa's really good at baked goods, so that's why we talk about the pies. She's good at making pies from lots of stuff. Part of the reason I'm growing tobacco this year is because I want to be able to have tobacco. One, it's really good to keep deer away. It's actually spectacular at keeping deer away. But my dad still smokes tobacco in his pipe, and I would rather have control over the tobacco that he's putting into his body. I would like it a lot better if I knew where the tobacco came from, and if it comes from the backyard, then I don't know if you can get it any more knowledgeable than what's growing in your own backyard. So, plus I've got some friends that smoke that I wouldn't mind just sending them some tobacco so I can feel very confident that they are living the best version of their life as possible. As a bioglitcher, as a biohacker, as someone who plans to live to 122, that is the year 2100 that is my first plan of action, to someone who plans on living a long, healthy life. And when I say long and healthy, I'm saying that into my hundreds, I still want to be able to move my body around. I still want to be able to do all the things that our bodies do. But as someone who plans to live to that age, I have to pay attention. And one of the biggest things to pay attention is what you are putting in your body. And I have learned throughout the course of being the 20 years of living in Appalachia, the 20 years of not living in a city, one of the things that I've learned is it is just easier to grow a lot of stuff yourself. Now, there are some things I can't because I don't live in the biomes that I'm able to do that. But to the best of my abilities, I like to try to grow my own stuff. And now, I have absolutely slacked at that throughout the course of most of my life. So, just because I say I want to do that doesn't mean that I've actually lived that lifestyle as much as I should have. There was a handful of years that I have not. There are times that I'm still going to eat McDonald's. I'm still going to eat fast food. I'm still going to, get a little Debbie. So I'm not saying that it's something you're completely give up. But I'm going to absolutely limit those particular things because for me, it seems like it's best if I know where my food comes from because of my unique body chemistry and my unique allergies to things. So. Okay, I think I got all the chickens in here fed. This is not going to be enough. I need a big scoop for the other barn. But when I go to the other barn, I also need to make sure I bring some water, agua, into the other barn. So let's get that accomplished. Actually, you know what? We're going to get everybody watered in here. We're going to get everybody in here watered first so that I get buildings done at a time appropriately. So if you guys are following me on DLive, I'm going to add these descriptions to all the other streaming services. But if you guys are following me on DLive, I would really, really appreciate it if you guys look down below into my friends section and you'll see people like Joe, CND, Big Scroogey, Sunbear Glasscraft, Cult of the Ducks. If you guys just hit a follow on those guys, those are awesome D-Livers that are doing some awesome things. And in D-Live, there's this thing called D-Love, where we shout out each other and we try to help other people's channels grow and we share the love. So if you guys like the kind of stuff I talk about and you'd like to know people that I watch and people I follow, those are the folks that you should go check out. So again, that is Jose, CND. He's a Canadian streamer. Does lots of cool travel streams. Big Scroogey, it's a show in the evenings, 7 o'clock in the evenings, Eastern time, where it's comedy shows. My friend, Sunbear Glasscraft, she does a lot of artsy stuff. She's part of my Discord community. She's a fellow funny farmer. So, if you like me, definitely hit a like with me. If you want to see archived of these shows, you guys can watch all archived of these shows on Rumble. So on Rumble, it is Let's Feed the Chickens, or LTFC archive. If you look that up on the Rumbles, you can see all the past shows. Currently, I've archived up to channel 1, or up to episode 125. So as I finish out, I still have about 120 episodes to go to archive up there, but we will archive all the shows. And then if you're watching this and you're just like, Doc, I see you in the evenings, but you usually play games. That is true. In the evenings, one way that I use to unwind from the chicken chaos is to either play games with my nephews or play social games with my friends, or just kind of de-stress with a variety of thinking video games. I will jump on there and play things there as well. So I'm going to set you guys over here because I have 2 hands, and one hand is the phone and one hand is me. I got one hand in my pocket and the other one giving a peace sign. Whew. Woohoo! Almost, you guys almost went for, you guys are still going to go almost go for a ride. And I just spilled all of my snacky snacks for my guys. Okay, let me go grab the water. I think tonight I will probably also be streaming. So if you guys are watching this on DLive or Twitch or Kick, just stay tuned to this. If you guys are watching this on Rumble, check out GGX. That is my gaming channel. So tonight I'll probably be streaming. I'm not sure which game I'll stream. Maybe we'll do some. I'm really enjoying the trading card simulator again. So I might be on the trading card simulator. So you guys can come and hang out and say hi and help me get my numbers up. So when I do a Let's Feed the Chick, when I do a commercial read. This is the barn this is the handy run. This is kind of the catch-all barn. I need to be doing a lot. We're getting ready to move this, and then this has to be, there's a lot of cleanup. There's going to be a lot of cleanup with this barn once I get everything all set up appropriately. Okay, I need to go, you guys can just watch in here for a second. I'm going to go grab a scoop for the rabbit. After we feed the chickens here, we are going to head out to the just-in-time Victory Garden, and I'm going to show you guys the beginning steps of what we're going to be doing out there, because there is some cool things that I think you guys might be interested in seeing, because that's going to be its own show once a week. Once I get that all set up and ready in line. You are a weird dude. Why do you pee in your food? So that's going to be a whole fun thing. One day a week. I'm not sure which day of the week yet, but one day a week we are going to go out to Justin's Victory Garden. For those that maybe have not heard yet or just want to have the sneak preview of what we're going to be doing with the just-in-time Victory Garden, my goal is whatever size garden I'm having, and I haven't measured it out yet. That's something I do need to get on the top of doing. Let me turn down the music. No, it's fine. The chicken's like jamming out. One of the things that we're going to be doing is our goal is to, in the garden, is to create 1 million calories. 1 million calories. And why 1 million calories? Is because the average human needs 750,000 calories. And so if I can have my garden create 1 million calories, what that means is in an emergency situation, I have all the food I need to live and some extra for trading. If it looks like the 1 million calories, he's a little stressed out. If you guys have seen a Silky, this is one of my Silkies. Silkies are really cool chickens because they look fluffy and they kind of feel like they're big fluffy animals. And this rooster, he's like, I don't want to be on camera. Why would I want to be on camera? He's like, I'm gonna. Little dinosaur. What do you got in your mouth? Dinosaur. What do you got in your mouth? Is it gone? Okay. I'm gonna put him back in so he can go back and eat. Yeah, it is a nice cock. That's the one thing is I have really nice cocks. So they're just fluffy and everybody just wants to pet them. And that's why I am the master of cocks. If you guys are not knowing that, you guys are new to my channel, one of the things is I am the master of cocks. You have a crazy cock that's just going all over the place and just crazy and just angry. I can teach you how to calm that down. So, Okay, let's go get the food. Let's go get the food for the chickens. For the chickens, we already just fed the chickens. We can go get the food for the rabbits. Let's get that established. And oh, so I was going to tell you guys earlier and I forgot. So why was yesterday so weird and stressful? So I think someone dumped a rabbit on my property because yesterday, over by all of my other rabbits in the barn, was a new rabbit. He's an older rabbit, so I don't think he survived the winter in his super secret underground bat cave. I think that, and so I think that he came in and was dumped here. Now he is a permanent fixture here of the pharmacy. Let's get this closed up. I need to get my other bucket so I know you guys can't see what I'm doing because I forgot to tilt the camera in the appropriate direction. Because right now it is, I'll put you guys right here. Because right now sometimes if I put the camera in the wrong direction, it falls over because as a master, super awesome, super duper amateur, measure once, cut twice type carpenter, nothing in my barn is level and nothing in my barn seems to be. So when I try to put something level on it, it literally laughs at me. But like I said, after we get these guys fed, we're going to walk out to the Victory Garden and we're going to talk about what the steps we're going to take. And we're going to do whole shows on this, but we're talking about all the steps we're going to take to grow 1 million calories. And then if I can grow, if it looks like I'm going to be able to easily grow 1 million calories, then I'm going for 1.5 million calories. So look, the ducks are happy. We got a lot of rain last night. So some of the swell ponds. So when they're just being ducks. We got another guy just being a duck. He's just chilling. Just being a duck. Doing duck things. Just ducking along. My daffodils, I'm very, very excited to see what color daffodils these have. And then I also have garlic in behind them, but I'm very excited and more excited to see what color daffodils I get this year. So we will see. We will see. Okay. So let's swing you guys around this way and right here. That is a great, perfect, ideal shot of how much junk I have sitting in my yard. Yeah, it's a perfect shot. Look how neat and clean my junkyard parts of my yard is. Downfall to farming is sometimes you just pile stuff in piles and then you slack in trying to get around. Like that right there, that's our cat litter because we recycle all of that. Yes, there's ways to recycle cat litter, but we put it in particular places. So unfortunately, when you're lazy like we are, and we're lazy all the time, when you're lazy like us, you sometimes have to then play catch up. You spend entire days just playing catch up. Not 7-Up. If you guys remember 7-Up, Heads Up 7-Up, you played in school. I wish it was as simple as playing Heads Up 7-Up like we used to in school. No, you're playing catch up. And not Heinz ketchup either, just lazy son of a bitch ketchup. Because you should have cleaned that. This is why I need interns. This is why I need interns. This is why I need folks that want to come work for free at my farm, where I give them a place to stay and internet and food. And they are like slave labor, except for I actually teach you skills so that when you leave my farm, you can start your own farm and do awesome things in the world. Or you move into my eco-village that I will be planning, that I actually have planned, that we'll have to be putting in place in the very near future. You know, I haven't talked about my eco-village in a while, so I want to talk about my eco-village today. I want you guys to hear some of the desires and plans. And the reason I want you to hear desires and plans is when I rewatch this, I want to remind myself. Because every time I talk about my eco-village, it evolves a little bit. So, Doc's eco-village, or Mavis is the name of my eco-village because that's my brand. I try to do everything with the Mavis brand. So with my Mavis eco-village is what I ultimately want to do is I want to have a bunch of houses that were built here by us for folks that want to learn how to do house building. Some of you might want to learn to do cob housing. Some of you might want to do a bunch of other stuff. Frog meat. Thank you for the lemon. So in my eco-village, the whole purpose of my eco-village is, one of the things I realized is that me and a lot of my friends are not going to have young folks to take over our legacies. We're not going to have young folks to help take care of us. We're not going to have young folks to give our knowledge to. And I think that that is a shame. I also want to revitalize the tribe. Frog meat. Hope you're having a wonderful day. And so with my villages, I want to have places where people of multi-generations can commune together, can live together, where we can share meals. Because, you know, sometimes it's a lot easier to make a meal when you have a bunch of people eating together than when you just have, you know, just kind of living on your own. I also despise the fact that we live in a world of loneliness. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I don't like being lonely, so I do everything I can to not be lonely, and I am skilled at not being lonely, but I know other people, it's not as easy. They don't have the skills. Like Lisa, for example, my partner, she is not skilled at the gift of gab, at making friends as I am. And so I want to have an eco-village. And I'm just calling it an eco-village because it just makes the most sense, because we want to build our own houses. I want people to come into my community, young people, old people to use their knowledge and their wisdom and the skills, because everybody has a skill, the skills that they can teach people. And I want the young people, this is a lot better angle, guys. You guys, while I'm talking, you guys can just do the let's watch the bunnies eat angle. I'm going to finish feeding everyone, but you guys can just watch the bunnies eat. So let me put this guy's right here. This is a lot more exciting than just me ranting around. So what I want to do in my little eco-village is I want young people to come in that need skills. Yeah, see, and see, Frog Meat, you're a perfect candidate of someone that would do very well in my eco-village, in my little village that I want to create, is because I want things like for folks that when they want to be around people, they can just walk outside and there's an awesome group of people would be ready, of all ages, you know, all ages, ready to help. And when you just want to just chill out in your house and you just want someone to just bring you some food, I want that to be too. And with the world that we're creating, that I'm co-creating, because I am co-creating this world. And in this world that I am co-creating, I want to be able to have, I want it to be able to be just a nice, awesome, great world. I want people to think about, when people think about the world we live in, I just want them to go, I want everybody to have this sigh of relief. I just want people to go, whew, life is good. That's what I want, because my life is good. I enjoy every aspect of my life. It is, I am blessed with everything that's happened to me in my life. I'm blessed that I have a wonderful family. I'm blessed that I have lovely friends. And I want to make this world even more blessed. And so that's part of the reason my eco-village. Also, I know that if I would have had some awesome mentors when I would have been younger, it would have been the stuff I would have been able to achieve, the stuff I would have known, the stuff I would have been able to learn about if I just would have known that that stuff is possible when I was younger. And I don't blame my parents. I don't blame my schools. I don't blame anybody. There's just things that I was interested in that they just didn't know about. And it's no one's fault. But I think if you surround yourself with a tribe, with a diverse group of people, you know, where you have shared morals, but a diverse group of people, then there's some awesome things that you can achieve. And so that's part of the reason my eco-village. Also, there's a lot of older folks that could really use the caretaking and use the energy of young people. So as I age, as I get older, so I am in my late 40s now. So as I age, as I get older, one of the things I realize is when I'm around kids, like when I'm around my nephew, I have so much more energy. I just feel energetic, and I just feel just like I can run around and feel awesome. And I don't feel tired. And I don't feel as tired and such. So I like the fact of having young people around. I also really like when I'm around my elders. I love hanging around my people. I love hanging around people that are in their 80s and stuff, and the knowledge and the wisdom that they have to share is so cool. There's just things that they know that I just blows my mind. Like, I had no idea stuff. I just never thought. You don't know what you don't know. And that's why it's so cool. We're 24 on Kick. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thanks for swinging by. So it's just, so yeah, my eco village, me and my sister both agreed. She's on board. She's on board with it. We haven't quite figured out how we're going to do all of the, legal aspects of it yet. But, that's smarter minds will help us figure all that out. And I also have a lot of faith in the, a lot of faith in the ether, a lot of faith in source, that things will just work out the way they were supposed to. And it has worked for me most of my life so far, is having faith in the good, and the good seems to always win. Now, that doesn't mean I don't have bad days, but the good usually wins. So I have faith that the good will turn out and that we will get everything figured out. And my dream of having an awesome place. It's also one of these things. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the Danish and the Dutch do some really interesting villages for old people. When they put people in old folks' homes, what they do is they create these cool little old communities, and they make it very user-friendly for the old folks. They might have some technology, but they limit the technology. They make sure that everybody feels comfortable. When I dealt with my grandmother as she was aging, I noticed that if we did things more of like a style that she was more used to, she was a lot better at dealing with things, and she didn't hit the sundowners as much, and things weren't affecting her negatively in that way. And so lots of life lessons. Also, the reason I run my Discord community, which, by the way, if anybody wants to join my Discord community, everybody's welcome to jump in and join. It's discord.gg/X Dr. Firefly. The X Dr. Firefly that is on my hat, that is my name of my Discord, so you guys can join the Discord. And we talk about farming, gardening, conspiracies, just about everything. We talk about lots of things on my Discord. So it is a chaotic... It's a chaotic hallucination. So my Discord is all you guys are just voices in my head on my Discord, and I'm just hallucinating. That's how I view it. For lots of cool people. What else? What else can we talk about? I have one more set of chickens outside I need to give food to. It's so weird not feeding Sylvia. This is definitely it's weird not being able to walk over and show you guys my 600-pound pig. It's weird not having a 600-pound pig. It's really, I will say I don't like it. I mean, I did have Sylvia for 13 years. I did not enjoy piggy hospice the last week and a half of her life. But it's just weird. It's a really weird. It's still going to be weird. I'm pointing this out because I'm kind of interested. I kind of want to know when it feels unweird. I want to know when I start getting numb to it. And that's okay. I won't be upset with myself when I feel numb to it, when it's just not a big deal anymore. I'm just curious how long it's going to take. She's besides two of my cats, she is one of the longest companion animals that I've had in my life. So it will be, Amateo, my cat that died 2 years ago, the cat that was my first cat as an adult, that's still tough. There are still days there are still days to go by that I miss that cat so much. That cat helped me get through so many things. My dog Mytherin, I don't, that one, my first dog I had on my own. I'm not saying this in a negative way, but there's not as much I miss from him as I did from the cat. I'm more of a cat person. I am absolutely more of a cat person than I'm a dog person. So, it was really tough when I lost, Lefty. Lefty was the rooster that started my whole barnyard animal group here. That was tough. That took me about a year and a half to get used to not having Lefty. He was a nice combination. He was just the head rooster of my farm. So Sylvia, it'll be interesting. Pigs are so interesting. Pigs are, they're so smart. It was like having a kid. You know, a lot of you guys maybe don't realize this, but there's a lot of reasons that me and Lisa couldn't leave, because if the pig got out, there was a lot of stuff that was going to happen if the pig got out. And so there was a lot of times. So for 13 years, we left together, I think once, because it was just not possible to go on adventures together for long periods of time because of her, because of Sylvia the pig. And so like we went and Lisa came with me to teach a class, and then we went and hung out with our friends, and it was really interesting because it was the first time we've done that in 13 years, and we just didn't have to think about being at home. And so while I thought that was great, it was just also weird. So there's a lot of weirdness. There's a lot of life-changing this year for me personally that are going to be very interesting. And we're going to document there. I'm going to tell you guys this because one of the things that I want to make sure, this is why I like you guys to ask questions, or if you guys want to know things. One of the things is I just want to make sure that I want to be real. I want you guys to understand what it's really like. I want you to have glimpses of the real aspect of my life. So if I'm real sad or really upset, there's just things I just not going to share, but I don't share those with my IRL friends. So, but if my IRL friends ask, or if you guys ask, I'm more than happy. I don't have anything to hide. This life is a wonderful song. And if you guys need to know certain lyrics, if you guys need more details, just ask. Again, you guys, most of you know my real name, Justin Marquise, which I might actually change now that I know that my grandfather is not my real grandfather. I'll probably change it to Mavis if I do change it to anything. You guys know my real name. You guys know I live in Flat Top, West Virginia. You know, I've lived here for 20 years. You guys know if you're ever passing through, you guys are always welcome to come visit. Always love meeting people that come and hang out with me. Okay, I don't know why my glasses started talking to me. So, yeah, you guys need to know anything, just ask. Always open to talk about anything and everything. If you're asking me a question, I don't feel there's anything off. There's nothing off the cusp. I grew up in a lot of different cultures. So if there's something that you just really need to know about me, it's just burning desire you want to know, just ask it, I'll tell you. I just, as someone who's nosy as hell, I do have to try to limit what I ask other people, because I will ask very inappropriate questions because I just like to know what makes people tick. And usually it's the inappropriate questions that gets a good ticking out of. So, okay, so everybody is now fed and watered. So we're going to go for a little walk out to the just-in-time Victory Garden. And yeah, I know I'm a little less, this is definitely not an ASMR stream because I'm not that low of energy, but I am a little bit more low energy today. I had some crazy dreams that just kept waking me up. So I didn't sleep as well as I normally sleep. I didn't look at my watch or my ring to tell me how I slept, but I can just feel less energetic today than normal, but the show must go on, especially since yesterday, since the show, you know, couldn't go on yesterday because computer says no. So going back the Sylvia Garden path for those that like to know where we're heading on the fun backward adventures. This is where I have ramps and poppies growing in here. If you're not familiar with ramps, I can't wait to show you guys what ramps are. I'm seeing if there's any growing in here though. These are all, everything green right there is poppies. I grow lots of poppies here. I really think it's fun to grow poppies. If I ever decide to make my own drugs. So let's continue on. Ugh. Beautiful field. We'll do a, in just a minute, we'll get up here a little bit farther and we'll do a quiet little 360 because I know some of you enjoy the mindfulness 360. If you are new to what the mindfulness 360 is I get quiet for a minute and we do a complete 360 spin around of flat tops. You get to see the mountain, you get to see downtown Flat Top, you get to see the church, and you get to see my lovely hayfield. No, me as a scarecrow is currently fallen over. I've fallen. I can't get up. So let's go set him up first and then put my hat back on him, because my hat is one of the important parts of keeping. My hat is how I scare most of the animals away. Wearing one of my old shirts. It's a workout dummy for those that don't know. It should be filled more with sand. And then this is me testing how well my hats hold up. So I have a hat. I keep it outside. It's been outside for, I think, a year now. We'll see. Going on a year. And it is to test the products that I buy. Because if I'm going to sell you guys products, if you guys want to buy things like my awesome hat, that is my, that's my OG hat. And this is my duck hat. But you can see, holds up pretty well. Doesn't fade too awful bad. This has been outside for a year. This has been on my head for a little while. So, okay. Let's go. Got some digging right here. Interesting. And some more digging. And we've got some more digging right here. Must be digging for potatoes. So, let's go about right here. We're going to do a quiet 360. Then a mindful 360. And then we'll go over and check out the steps of the just-in-time garden. You ready? Start with the church. And we're back. Wonderful, guys. Thank you for taking the moment, being mindful with me, enjoying the wonders of Flat Top. So we're heading over here to the Just-in-Time Victory Garden. For those that don't get the joke, my name is Justin, so that's why it's the Just-in-Time Victory Garden. It's Justin's garden, but it's Justin's Victory Garden. So we're going to be putting peas all along the cemetery fence, because there's a cemetery right there. All along the cemetery fence, we are going to grow some squashes and zucchinis and other fun things in that. Don't know we're planting in that yet. That is the beginning stages of my hugelkultur garden. Right now, as we cut more sticks and stuff like that, we are tossing them in there. And then we have the two things that will be, and then all throughout here, we will be putting more and more and more raised gardens. So in this area that we're walking right now, this is the area I plan on growing 1 million calories. We will see. We'll do a quick little pan where we're going to grow 1 million calories in the Just-in-Time Victory Garden. So it's going to end about right here. That's where we're going to put fruit trees, but I won't get fruit trees this year. But all of that area will be modified for fruit trees. Those are compost bins. Those are compost plants. I was starting to do composting. So just trying to build up the soil so that we have better soil for the fruit trees. Let's start heading back, friends. Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ear. We're gonna try again Tuesday night. I did do a switch up, and we did do the biochar. So if you guys are not following me on Rumble, check out my Rumble at X Dr. Firefly on Rumble. And you will go down and you will see my biochar workshop that I did the other night. It's about a half an hour long. It teaches you how to make lovely, beautiful biochar. Right now, my goal is to do that once a month. I would really like to get down to doing a show once a week, but I have so many other chores and so many other things on my plate. Also in the future, we will be doing, I told you guys, we will be having the show with the Just-in-Time Victory Garden 1 day a week. When I get bees, we will be doing the Be Aware series. At the particular moment, I am doing some trading and might have to do, I'm probably going to go out and do a couple odd jobs because my crypto is not living up to my standard to be able to buy bees just yet. And I do not have, unlike past years, I don't have the extra $150 to go buy a beehive right now, but hopefully the fate will be with me and we will be able to buy a bee. We will be able to get a beehive next year. If not, if for some silly reason I do not get a beehive next year, we will be doing everything we can. We'll start setting up bee traps and we'll do everything we can to capture bees because I really, really want to have bees. So we'll figure it out. We'll get it figured out. I trust that fate will help me figure it out. And what else? Oh, me and my friends 1 day a week, probably starting in April, we will be doing a podcast that will be available on Rumble. And I might simulcast it here on the interwebs from time to time. But we're going to be saving the world. It's called Midnight Coffee. And we're just going to be talking about a variety of different things. Just a group of friends talking about different ways to make things better and how we're going to save the world and how you, with whatever you're doing with your life, you can make it awesome and better and how there's nothing but hope left. And not hope in the hopium we, but hope in the way that hope is that good things can happen. So you take that hope and you take that hope energy and you convert it to practicality and doing awesome things. Because, I mean, guys, we live on this planet. We live this life. Why not try to make it as awesome and cool as absolutely possible? Oh, by the way, guys, somebody suggested there, like, Doc, where do I get these hats? If you go below, you'll see a link to the my Square store. The hats will be available on the Square store, and I will be I will be taking one of my websites, probably Lost Sunset, will be turned into my store to be able to buy some of the merch, like this hat. I've got a few more left before we get to the 2025 hats in, which will look probably different. They'll have a different 37. This was the last run of this particular groupings of hats for those that are interested in those. And if you're not interested, no worries. I just know that some people were, so that's why I'm sharing. Anyways, friends, I'm about to head in. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day. Enjoy your Sunday. Enjoy your everyday. Make sure you check out my friends list down below on all of the networks so that you guys can follow all of the cool people, because we're all beautiful people, and follow us because we're the cool kids. And anyways, friends, it's Doc. Till tomorrow.